Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to the Good Guy podcast. Today we're just going to be answering the questions for the creative critical reflection. So the first question that we have is: how does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? Um, so I truly believe that our product addresses something that in society today, it seems like a lot of people are just scared to address, and that's false allegations. Today, these false claims, they seem to be becoming somewhat of a normal thing, which I believe is just so morally wrong, um, and it can just completely ruin an innocent person's life. An example that I remember is in 2018 when five teen girls in Pennsylvania, they admitted to targeting a boy with false sexual assault claims simply because they don't like him. Um, the worst part about these claims is that it can completely delegitimize those who have actually been through traumatizing experiences involving sexual assault, and it really takes away from all that they've actually been through. So I think that our product is meant to tackle this problem head on and show how these false claims can truly take a toll on a person's life. Alright, so moving on to the second question, we have: how does your product engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as a real media text? Um, so, when making this project, we kind of had the idea that if we were to actually put this out, that it could sort of be an educational piece. Um, we believe that if we distribute it to the public, it could be used in ways to educate people on the topic and the issue at hand, and really give them some insight to what happens in these situations, and really how much of an effect it can have on someone's life. Um, and I believe that that could truly engage with our audience, um, because they would be seeing a side of the story that really the media doesn't cover and isn't really shown, and uh, I truly believe that this side needs to be shown more, to give more coverage and shed more light on how serious of a topic this is and how big of a problem it is in our society today. Alright, so moving on to the third question, we have: how did your production skills develop throughout this project? So, personally, I believe that my production skills greatly developed throughout the project, and mainly my editing skills, as that was my main task. But I also found that my directing skills also um, improved, mainly because I kind of had the vision and helped out Dylan with that, and really just oversaw how we really wanted the product to come out. So back to the editing. When I first started, I really there wasn't much that I knew how to do. I really only knew how to do basic cuts and transitions in iMovie. But as time went on, I continued to play around with the different software and research the different features of iMovie, and eventually I became very comfortable with the software itself. Um, Overall, I think I learned about the editing process as a whole, and I really found new cuts and transitions that I could incorporate into the film, and I believe that those worked great. Um, and as I was saying about the co-director thing, I helped with that, and I was able to become more comfortable with planning and directing everything as a whole. I think I worked well with Dylan, and we really were able to produce what we originally had envisioned for the project. Alright, so now for the fourth and final question, we have: how did you integrate technologies, software, hardware, and online in this project? So, really, everything that we did in this project really had something to do with technology, whether it was my editing or Dylan's camera work. Everything really revolved around technology. Um, as far as how I use technology, I did a lot of my research on different editing skills, different cuts and transitions that I could use, and I applied all that knowledge that I learned from my research. I applied all that to the project itself in iMovie. Um, I learned a whole lot about the software and all the different features that it had to offer. And as far as the camera work that I kind of helped out Dylan with, um, we really used a lot with his camera. Uh, I believe he just has the iPhone 11 Pro, which it had a great camera on it, really high quality, and we were able to capture some really crazy shots with that. My personal favorite was the shot with the vertigo effect when Leon first reads the letter. I believe that really captured a lot of his emotion and just showed his feeling in the time when he first read the letter. And another one of my favorite shots was how we used the golf carts at the golf course, as we used that as kind of a dolly to get some panning shots of Leon. And I believe that those are some really cool shots of what we were able to capture there. So overall, technology was really abundant in everything we did to produce this product. So I believe that's it. Thank you for tuning in.